Welcome to the Digital Marketing Garage. I'm your host, Kumar. Today we'll be going over some of the fundamentals of automotive digital marketing before we delve deeper into each individual topic with subject matter experts in later episodes. However, before we begin, let's address something first. This is a people business and this is a process business. Always has been, always will be. We need to have both in order for us to take advantage of the growth in business that we're going to see with the digital marketing tactics that we're going to be putting in place. If you don't have both, you're not just going to suffer in sales and service because you won't have the people and the processes to handle the uptake in traffic that you're going to see, but your customer experience is going to suffer, and that's going to negatively impact your bottom line. So let's make sure that before we go any further that we have that in place so that we can take advantage of all the things that we're going to be talking about. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's begin. SEM, or search engine marketing, in its simplest form is whether or not you're relevant and visible in a search engine result, meaning are you even there? You know those ads that you see at the top of your Google search results when you type in your dealership name or make or model? Do you even show up? Do your competitors in your market show up instead of yourself? I can't tell you the countless times I've been in market and typed the name of the dealership in that market only to see that they don't show up. Improving your SEM is going to fix that. So let's jump a little bit deeper into this. In order to be relevant as an ad in a search result means you need to bid on the right keywords. And keywords are words or sometimes even phrases that you bid on that are specific with your brand and dealership. For example, if I want to see a lease on a specific model, I type it in Google and see if any of the local dealerships come up with an ad in the search results page. Now earlier I did say a relevant ad. So if I typed in a search query for a lease, I better not see something to service my car as the ad. This might sound like common sense and rather silly, but I guarantee you, many of us still have this problem. This is basically akin to having a customer walk into your showroom wanting to get more information about that convertible that you have sitting there. You wouldn't be like, yeah, that's great, but you should really check out this alignment rack that I just got. It's silly, but the principle is the exact same. Now, keep in mind, these ads, they do have a cost associated, which presents us with a great opportunity to work with our vendors and marketing teams to see what keywords resonate with the ads that we have in place. Now, the costs vary from market to market, and you pay for every click, no matter how much time the customer spends on your website. Now, there are a lot of factors that go into this, but we'll save that for a deep dive for a later date with one of our guests. Search engine optimization. A more cost-effective way to be relevant in a search query is to improve your SEO. This is how well your website or your web pages rank as an organic search result in your search engine. Google ranks search results based on a few different weighted criteria. Part of it's based on relevance and content, among other things. Obviously, you want your web pages to come up based on the search query, but they also have to have the right content that matches the query as well. Oh, much of the conversations in this episode and future episodes will revolve around Google, as they currently have about 88% of the market share in the US, and that's according to StatsCounter. Now, moving on, we might think that we don't have much say in this arena and that our website vendors will handle this for us. That's not the case though, as we can work with them to add third-party reviews, customer reviews, awards, and other accolades. You want to give the customers a reason to contact you regarding your amazing products and services. So back in the day when I used to sell cars, we'd have why buy here books, and we'd have them in the showroom and on each one of our desks. They're basically printouts and snippets of positive press articles, customer reviews, and their experiences, not just at our dealership, but with us, the sales consultants. While we're bringing the car around, we would let our customers peruse through the binder so that they can get an idea of what others have said, not only about the cars we were selling, but of us as well. This is basically to build credibility. This is no different than a Why Buy Here book. The only thing is it's being available or having it available on your digital showroom, which is your website. When we talk about SEO in the future in later episodes, we're also going to be talking about content marketing and merchandising as well, as they all play a factor into how well we're optimized for a search result. Conversion rate optimization. I hate to put it so simply because CRO is incredibly complex, but conversion rate optimization is basically getting your website visitors to complete an action on your website. Before we jump further into this, let's clarify 3 things. 1, conversion does not necessarily mean a sale. A lead that gets converted, that's a sale. A website conversion typically means that a customer has submitted a lead for a price quote or to get more information. 2, not all conversions are the same. This may sound obvious, but it really needs to be said. You can have low quality leads from conversions, which is not ideal for us. We do not want that because they're less likely to purchase a car or service their vehicle. We're going to cover this in a later episode when we talk about website traffic, but conversion rates do not equal closing rates. 3, you will need to clarify what is considered conversion with your website vendor. A video view could be considered a conversion. You're going to have to clarify this with your vendor. Most are pretty good about keeping conversions focused on lead submissions or form fills, but it's always good to make sure. This goes back to having the right data to base our decisions so that we get the right amount of traffic that we want and the quality traffic that we want so that we can make a conversion. And all this impacts your ROI. Now, while I do this segment no justice by simply talking about conversions, we're better off waiting for a guest to get into the gritty details of CRO and why it matters so much. Put it this way, if you have customers coming into your dealership to buy a vehicle or service their car and you talk them out of doing that, that's a serious problem. And that's why CRO is so vital. Social media. The 3 main platforms we'll talk about are Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. They all have their own individual strengths and are great for creating and showcasing content regarding your dealership and the brand you represent. They're also great for your sales consultants and service staff to showcase their knowledge, but more importantly, how well they'll treat your future customers. I like these platforms for the sole purpose of engagement. That's interacting with your current and future customer base on a playing field that they're comfortable with. Yes, you can create ads on all 3 of these platforms and you can showcase your low prices and all that, but if that's all you're doing, you're missing the bigger picture about creating excitement and staying on top of mind for when they're ready to purchase a car or service their vehicle at your dealership. Social media brings us closer to our current and potential customers like never before. It's one of those things that it's one thing to always show the positive press and reviews we've received, but how we handle the negative reviews matters even more. Take the time to respond to each individual review, good or bad, to show just how much you care about making improvements to be better. This is really important because how we treat our customers is there for everyone to see. Now, we'll get more into the different platforms and how to leverage them in later episodes, but I'll leave you with this. It is far cheaper than you think to create content and post for everyone and anyone to see. Case in point, the Digital Marketing Garage. All it takes is someone actually doing it. Well, that's all I have for you today in the Digital Marketing Garage. We went over SEM, SEO, CRO, have I killed you with the acronyms yet? And social media at a high level. We're going to get pretty granular with our guests later on just because we barely scratched the surface here today. However, if you have any questions or want to know more about what we covered, leave a comment or send an email. I'll make sure to answer them with the help of our guests in later episodes. Until next time, stay optimized.